Welcome back to Making Adventure. I'm Stephanie. Today we're going to be doing the bathtub. I hope we finish it this week. Because we're going camping next weekend and I'd love to not have a hole in the floor.
So what do we need to do this bathtub?
Okay, so we gotta take this beam out. Right here. Take the bathtub out. I need to sand it. We're gonna see if it needs another coat of epoxy and fiberglass to be watertight. We got some paint. I'm super excited about this one.
Well, Stephanie's working on the bathtub side. I'm gonna be working on the gray tank. So I gotta take some measurements so that once we take everything out, we don't have to put it all back in before I can start working, because time is a crunch this time. Yeah, let's get to work.
Alright, so we went to Home Depot for a material run for getting stuff for the gray tank, and we picked up this sheet of 1/4 inch plywood and we strapped it at the top of the Jeep, and apparently we didn't do it good enough because on the way home the front section snapped off. But now our sheet is not as long as we had hoped it was. So looking at how much wood we have left, we can make it 65 by 7 by 23.5. It's about 46-ish gallons, ish. We have 80 on board, fresh. So we're gonna have more fresh water than gray tank water, gray tank capacity, which normally you wouldn't want to do. And we wouldn't rather do this way. We just kind of don't have a whole lot of room under here. But that just means that we'll have to dump our gray tanks more than we'll fill our fresh tanks, which isn't too bad. I don't see us having to do it too often.
It's almost through.
Yeah.
Be careful. Yeah. Watch out, watch out.
There it goes. I'm very sorry if you're watching this, Mom. This is just the best way that I've managed to figure out how to do this so far. Woo!
Worked out nice.
It did.
We're dripping diesel.
We're filling it full of water to see if it has any leaks before we actually, pay and install it. Alright, so it's got about halfway full.
Halfway?
Ish.
That's like the most full we can ever make it.
Is it?
Yeah, when we get in there, it's gonna go almost over the rim.
Get in and see how much it goes up. We've got it somewhat full, and we're testing for leaks, right? Leaks like a sieve. Look at that one! But yeah, I expected there to be some massive hole somewhere. So this is good. This is better than I expected, better than I had hoped for. I could set this by the garden and just kind of let it water the garden throughout the night. You wanna help me pick it up, Kimmy?
Yeah. You grab one side, I'll grab the other. I'm just building a holding tank. It's a wooden box with fiberglass reinforcement and fiberglass for the waterproofing. And this is what's going to be our gray tank. So these 1x2s are just for reinforcement, for keeping the box flat and rigid. There's going to be fiberglass that's going to go over this, and that'll give it waterproof plus more strength. So right now I'm just kind of laying it out. I'm going to glue these down with peanut butter, which is thickened epoxy, and then I'll lay a piece of fiberglass over top glue that down with more resin, so laminate that. And I'm going to do that on all 6 sides and then put it all together with more peanut butter. So the camera died partly through putting that first coat of fiberglass on there. Well, this is gonna be our only coat of fiberglass for the holding tank, and then fiberglass across the whole thing and all over this lady. She's been sanding the underside of the bathtub, and now we're gonna flip it over so she can get the top. I'm so lucky it's not me today. It usually is, but Alright, so now that it's not 11 o'clock at night, I'm going to get to putting some tape on the seam, fiberglass tape, to try to help waterproof this a bit more. We could finally turn our under bed area from mist storage to our wet bay. Well, hopefully it doesn't get wet. Alright, so now that I got the tanks all in here, I've got to plumb them up. And I have done very, very little plumbing in my time. So this is going to be interesting. And I've got a lot of things that I want this system to do. So I'm going to cut here, and I will be right back once I've figured all this out. Hopefully it's not in a couple of weeks. Hopefully it's just a couple hours. Be right back. I got an idea of how I want to do all this, so now I just got to start cutting and making it happen. We bought this tool, this Propex expander, a long time ago, and finally I actually have a legitimate use for it. We knew this was coming. I can't believe it's finally here. Alright, so let's see. I want to start making some connections. It's a bit tall. So to work with PEX A, just put these little connectors, one on each side, and then you expand it. When you expand it, you gotta have what you're gonna put it on ready. So I'm gonna get this ready. Actually, this one's going to a shark bite, so I don't need a fitting on there. But when you expand it, stick it in, Let it expand. And while it's still big, you stick your fitting in and wait for it to shrink. That should be it. That should be a watertight seal, just like that. Jeez. Okay. Yeah. There's hot and cold. So this is a pressure gauge because I want to make sure that I don't overpressure my lines. So obviously everything has a pressure rating, but there's a lot of RV parks that don't have very well regulated water pressures. So I don't think it'll break this system because PEX is rated for like 100 psi. But I still don't want to run that through here on a regular basis. So we're going to try and regulate it to around 30 or 40 or so. And this is so I can see what pressure it actually is. Alrighty. Alright. So this is the last connection that we have to make. And this is the last one of these little white connectors. That was too close. Now we can at least get water in the system and try to test something. So now let me walk you through what I did with this plumbing system. So Stephanie is still working on the gray tank. So I don't know if that's going to be done or not. I hope it will be. She says she thinks it will be. And this is the system I've been working on. I still need to put some supports underneath that red wire, that red pipe, so it doesn't just sag. Same thing with the blue pipe right there. It's kind of floating in midair. But quick walkthrough of our system. It comes in through this line, through the filter, a pre-filter, and then out, and then feeds the system through this pump. It then hits the rest of our filter packs, pressure regulator, and also splits off. And that line returns to fill up our tanks. So our tanks will always be filled with filtered fresh water. And then from this blue line, it continues and goes into the hot water heater and also continues to cold supply the rest of the house. And all of those fittings off to the side, this one here is for the shower, that one's for an outside shower, and then we've got the hot right there, inside for the shower, outside shower, and this is the kitchen sink. So it's not that complicated, to me at least. Maybe because I just set it all up, but it doesn't look too bad, I don't think. If somebody sees I did something wrong, let me know. And I will definitely fix that because I don't want this to leak on us. But now that this is all set up, I guess I kind of need to set up a way to not just pool all our water on the floor underneath the sink. This open's big enough. Alright, now just to test it. Oh, I should probably make sure it's closed. Yep, it is. I'm gonna do the rest of all that stuff underneath with a little bit of water in there. So this is called a Hippo Valve. Hippo. There we go. Where is it? Let's see. There we go. Hippo Valve, and it's Hippa. Is it really Hippa? Oh. And it's got a little thing in there that when the water goes through, it opens up, and when the water stops, it closes it. So it's like it's a waterless P-trap. Stick that in there. That's a bit of an extreme angle.
Look at that angle.
Are we ready to try our system?
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot.
A lot of air in there. Hold on. Wow! We have water! There's water, Teeny! This is a really nice, low flow, good pressure faucet. I'm really pleasantly surprised by it. Drain time?
Drain time. Oh!
Film that. Stop it up.
Oops. There's tape on it. Who gets to pull it?
Rock, paper, scissors? Okay.
Oh! Oh, you wasted it.
No.
Good, there's no leaks from this side of the system. Sweet. Alright, so that's gonna be a long one. This has been a rough couple of days. We will see you guys next time when we and then go on an adventure.
We're gonna go to Big Lake for the 4th. I know we're going to Big Lake a lot. It's like right there.
It's right there, and it's my parents' favorite campground.
Yeah.
So yeah, going to Big Lake for the 4th, and we'll see you guys then. If you like the video, like it. If you don't, like it anyway, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you again to all of our patrons. All these plumbing fixtures were very expensive. Without you guys, we probably would not be able to do this. Not all at once like this. So thank you. We'll see you guys next time.